So amongst all this talk, there's one thing we got to talk about. The two biggest punchers in the division, that's Joshua and there's Wilder. So who wins and why? What do you think happens and why? Tell me why.
Tough fight. Tough fight's cool because obviously anything can happen. If I was just to use my boxing brain, I'd say Joshua, because I feel like he's the more skilled fighter. He's more orthodox fighter, more just fundamentally sound, all-rounded fighter. I think he is out of all the top heavyweights. He's got power. He's explosive. He's got speed. And I just feel like he'll be able to physically handle Wilder. Be able to put him in deep waters. I think he would try to fight him on the inside eventually. I feel like that fight could be quite, could be quite slow in the beginning. It could be both quite cautious. But I feel Joshua can get a stoppage. Unless Wilder gets that one punch knockout. That's how I see the fight going.
What would you bet on though? I couldn't even answer that myself, to be honest.
But yeah, what's your take on that? Yeah, I'll bet on Joshua for that.
Yeah. I would say it'd be. I'll give it to Joshua, innit? But it'd be a tough one though, because this defense has to be on point.
It has to be so on point.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a fan of Joshua, but he's slightly hittable. He can be hittable. You know what I'm saying? So he can slip some punches to him. But I've all the heavyweights. I put that Tyson Fury aside. Yeah, his defense is on point because he always keeps his hands up, innit?
I think he's got the best high guard defense out of the whole.
Always keep it tight,
the whole division.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if you try and prevent Wilder, you set up the 1-2 or you use a reach, yeah. I think what's cool and Joshua can have a good night, man. Like if you box him well, but
puncher's chance is what I'm giving Wilder.
Yeah, puncher's chance.
That's what I'm giving
through, but
I'll tell you what, yeah. I think it's a 50-50 fight, and I think it's so intriguing. Like it's such an intriguing match of styles. Like this is why I want to see it. Like honestly, if Wilder can land, hurt Joshua, and swarm him, and potentially win a round, so it won't just be a thing where Joshua's just outboxing, and then one punch ends it all. It could be so many things. Like they'll be fearful of countering each other as well. Yeah. Like Wilder can, even with the left, I think he can hit Joshua. You know what I mean? It won't be that off. What I think, I think Joshua, I really want to just see him just take it to Wilder early on, because hand on my heart, I swear to God, if he took it to Joshua early on, if Joshua took it to Wilder early on, he could stop him, he could finish him early, on my life. Like, Wilder is small. I've seen him get moved to by Eric Molina, like a fat flipping nursery teacher. Do you know what I mean? He's been moved to before. Like, if Joshua's a puncher, don't ever get it twisted, just because Wilder's got this mad right hand. Joshua can bang too. Like, he lifted Klitschko, he made him taller with that uppercut.
No, it is,
you know what I mean? He can hurt him.
The difference in power is that Joshua's he's heavy-handed in both hands, right? So is Wilder. But Wilder's got one punch knockout power, right? That's one punch and you're down, you're out.
I think he's only heavy-handed in the right. I don't think he's heavy-handed in the left. Wilder.
He's got power left. He's got quick left.
He's got quick left. Yeah.
It'll hurt.
It's snappy power, but it's not like Joshua's.
What I say about Joshua is that Joshua beats you down with his power.
Accumulative, innit?
Exactly. Yeah, Which I think is worse. You're taking more damage from those punches than throughout that time in the fight. Whereas if you were just to take that one punch, that fight's over.
Yeah.
I think it does more damage.
And as much as I'd wish for Joshua to just take it to him, I mean, I think he knows there's too much at stake for that, and but I think he'll be a danger if he's just waiting off for Wilder. That's Wilder's best chance, if he's just waiting and boxing close. Like, I think he should go close range. Because mid to outside range, like for any heavyweight, you've got to be on Tyson Fury's level. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And even Fury got knocked down.
But I do want to bring something up about, you know how you said about if Wilder lands that 1-2, that right hand.
Mm.
Is Wilder's 1-2 like better than the Klitschko 1-2 that landed on Joshua? Because we saw that Joshua got up from that. That was a perfect punch. Perfect, right hand.
Me personally, I've got Wilder being a bigger puncher than Klitschko.
Same.
So yeah, that will. But
Yeah, go.
I'm not saying that's gonna. I'm not saying that he's gonna guarantee. I'm not saying that he's going to knock out Joshua flat out. Like Joshua keeps his chin down. If his chin was up in the air, like Brazil, like an idiot, like yeah, and he lands right there and he punches right through, like Wilder does, yeah, with his power, or he'll be sleeping. But Joshua's got a tight defense, so he'll be landing shots up here, maybe like on the cheekbone, like. It will be hard to get his actual chin. He may go down, he may survive it, you know. That's what I'm thinking. Like I don't see him going down now.
But you have to, with Klitschko and Wilder, both of them are different,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Klitschko, his punches like affect you after. It will come afterwards, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have that one punch power that Wilder. Wilder had that one punch.
I think he does though. I think he's just more defensively, like as a fighter, so he doesn't like let his hands go like that.
So if he had the chance, but you have to be prolific as a puncher to also get that chance, to be that one, to have that one shot knockout. Like, you know what I mean?
Usually when Klitschko knock out people, it comes up. Like he basically his punches are what's called tear down opponent down.
Yeah.
Like wounding them down earlier. Then the knockout won't come in. Just like a bit like Joshua, innit? But Wilder now, yeah, his punch, he just like you said, he got the one punch power.
Yeah.
His punch, he don't tear down weigh down his opponent.
Yeah.
No.
That's the thing though. Like Wilder always relied against boxing his opponents before landing that one punch. Now we saw that he couldn't do that against Fury. Well, he eventually landed the punch, but you know, he was losing the whole fight.
Three punches.
I feel that Joshua can outbox him.
Yeah.
And he can outfight him as well. The one time that we've seen Joshua actually go like toe to toe against someone is who? Like White, right?
White. Yeah.
Them two went like them two had a scrap.
Well,
Why isn't Wilder? As in he's not.
He couldn't.
He's not 220 or whatever. He's a heavy guy, you know. He's a big physical guy as well. He's got power.
I don't see Wilder throwing that counter left hook like White does. That strong,
he doesn't have
powerful
that look.
left
He
hook.
doesn't have that look.
No.
I think.
No, I just see
the way I don't know, the way how you throw that hook is just kind of old.
who Wilder.
Wilder.
It's a quick one, but it's like
It's not like Dylan White, but Dylan White can actually.
he's got like he's got
yeah,
like leverage on that. Yeah.
Wilder got long reach, innit? So he had to like.
That's true. It's two different hooks.
It is two different hooks.
But I don't know. Sometimes
I just feel like the way Joshua was fighting on like against White on the ropes. Like Joshua on the inside, like having Wilder on the ropes. I don't think White can take that. Wilder can take that.
I think everyone's got.
You tie him up, but like, I don't think you can fight him on the inside. Like that.
Everyone's got Joshua just bruising up Wilder on the inside. Like how can you? The only time I've seen Wilder go on the inside is against Johan Duhaupas. Yeah, and he was pushing him back, fair enough, but Duhaupas was a punching bag. And it was one shot at a time. It was one shot at a time. Joshua he's getting physical with you and he's throwing combinations. And the difference is, Wilder's arsenal, 1-2, straight, right hand, maybe a left, just like in the Fury fight. Joshua's arsenal, he's got an entire arsenal. He's got straight right hands, he's got looping right hands. He's got uppercuts. He's got hooks from nice angles as well.
Yeah, I want to bring that
good jabs
because that's his punch.
Body shots. Body shots.
I feel like Joshua's punch is the uppercut. That's his knockout punch.
That's the punch, bro.
That's the punch that hurts guys.
Tell people.
I mean,
and he's hurt people. He's hurt White. He knocked out White with that punch.
He's got. The thing is, it's not just that hurts guys. Joshua's just heavy-handed
like
that. Like he's got a straight right that hurt Povetkin. He's got a looping right that hurt White. He's got the uppercut that obliterated White. You know what I mean? Like, people, listen, the American fans that are just riding the Wilder wave, like, oh, he's going to wash Joshua. Joshua is not a prick. Like, he is not a sideman. Like, he is a serious guy. He's a serious fighter with a serious arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Wilder's never faced anyone with the offensive skills that Joshua has at all.
That's true.
Serious brother.
Because Tyson Fury fight, Tyson Fury staggered him. Tyson Fury staggered Wilder, innit?
Yeah.
So come on now.
I don't think a lot of people caught that. The punches that that Fury got on Wilder.
I think he wasn't. I don't think he was hurt in the Fury fight.
Yeah.
But Joshua, if you just do the same thing.
Oh, he's gonna hurt him. Yeah. What I was gonna say is, I don't think he was hurt in the Fury fight, but he was hurt. Yeah, no. He was hurt.
He wasn't hurt.
I don't think he was hurt, man. I think he was exhausted.
He was exhausted.
But he was hurt.
He was feeling those punches.
He was hurt in the Molina fight. The Molina fight, he was hurt.
His
you remember that left hook?
His
leg gone.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? That's hurt to me. That was Wilder hurt. Like, if Joshua lands that on Wilder, bro, Wilder's bare skinny. It's a completely different weight class. These two are the same sizes. Joshua's a super heavyweight. Yeah. Wilder's just he's basically a cruiserweight that rehydrates. Do you know what I mean? He's going to get hurt. He could get put out, and that's why the matchup to me is so fascinating. Both of these guys can hurt each other. Both of these guys could finish each other.
Let me bring up another fight. I know stylistic wise it's not the same, but the way Ortiz hurt Wilder.
I knew you were going to say that.
The way Ortiz hurt Wilder, yeah.
He was hurting that.
Now we're talking about old Ortiz, yeah, he just let the gas tank out.
What is he? 49 years old?
That guy like 60, man. But yeah, the way he hurt him and he tried to finish him off, he couldn't do so because of his tank. Like he spent all his energy in that round. I'm just thinking a bigger Joshua with a bigger punch. He's just gonna swarm him. He's gonna put him on. Like.
Yeah, and so people watching, they might pick up on the fact that Joshua gassed out against Klitschko, but I think he's learned from that Klitschko fight. I think Joshua's had the right steps. I think the White fight very important, because he let it go in the first 2 rounds. Like, okay, Josh, don't do that again, mate. You know what I mean? The Klitschko fight, he learned how to pace himself even more. And then now you've seen him gone rounds a lot more against Takam, against Parker, and then also with the whole because he got slack in the Parker fight, he was like, okay, cool, I'm not playing with Povetkin. Like, I'm not gonna box you, but I'm gonna go to hurt you. Like, do you know what I mean? You could hurt me, but I'm gonna go to hurt you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
true.
There's 2 things about that fight. Those fights though, like with the White fight, like White was in his mind, like he was in his head. He was fighting all like from emotion in that fight.
Yeah.
He just wanted to go to war with White.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He didn't box him until later rounds.
Yeah.
With the Klitschko one, I felt like he got a bit too excited when he put Klitschko down. I felt like he thought he could finish him there and then.
Yeah,
which is fair. It's a fair assessment. Like you got a guy down.
You could,
just go for it. Go for the kill. But obviously,
Klitschko uses his experience. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boom. Tied him up.
I don't think he's making mistakes like that against Wilder.
No. And Wilder doesn't have that left hook that Klitschko had to keep Joshua honest, like, you know what I mean? But he has that right hand.
Anything can happen.
He has that right hand. He has that right hand, man.
I'm riding with Joshua on that, but it's a sick fight.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know who wins. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely do not know who wins that fight.
I strongly have confidence AJ gonna win this. I have highly. My confidence high.
Yeah.
With AJ.
So
if
you had to pick a guy, because we were saying AJ, who you got?
I don't know, man. I actually don't know.
For the fans, isn't it?
A part of me wants to say AJ. A part of me wants to say Wilder. Like,
I don't know what the fans are saying though.
You know what? We're gonna have a prediction. We're gonna go out in the streets. We're gonna get a lovely female. We're gonna go ask some questions in the street of London. Might go to another country. Might go up to north. Who knows? We're gonna get the predictions. Stay tuned for that. That's gonna come. And we can wait till next year for that, because these lot ain't gonna fight anytime soon. You know what I mean? But it's a hard one, man. It's a hard one.
Trust.
Honestly.
Yeah. That's my take on it.
I still AJ, man. Boom. Take AJ, even though I don't like Deontay Bronze. I respect his skills and everything, yeah. But sorry, man, I have to go with AJ, man. So,
Yeah, I don't
fair
think
enough,
I don't think Wilder's the undisputed champion of the world. I don't think.
Oh, he's far from. He hasn't. He's just
If I-
got one belt.
if I-
He's just got one belt, and he's been holding it hostage.
I wouldn't. This is my rankings in terms of every. Joshua, Fury, Wilder at the moment.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough because as people say, Fury beat Wilder.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm one of them, man. Shoot, bro.
I could put Fury top, but from what Joshua's done compared to what Fury's
I
done.
wouldn't.
Never.
Fury's beaten Wilder and Klitschko. To me, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
And Joshua's got several
He's
names.
got several names.
He's got several names.
Man, that should talk on Povetkin, bro.
Klitschko,
Klitschko's right here.
you know.
And I would add Ruiz once he fights him. Like Ruiz is so slept on. Like,
Yeah, bro, you should have took that fight, fam, bro. You should have took that fight with Joshua, bro. Ortiz. You should have took that fight with Joshua, man.
Ortiz, you're an idiot, man. You're an idiot. Like, listen to your people. You could have fed your family for years and years, and you could have fed your grandkids. You could have fed their children. It's what, $8 million they offered you,
and let me say something like that, because
and you're gonna take the Wilder fight. How much you gonna get, bro? You're gonna get 1 million, maybe. I don't know. How much you gonna get? How much Showtime ain't got money like that.
like, to the Wilder fanboys, yeah, who's saying that Joshua's backing him. That's just not true, you know. Like Wilder's gonna get a rematch with Ortiz. Fury is occupied with Tom Schwartz. And what? Ortiz was the #1 pick, and he ducked him as well. He avoided the fight for 8 million. For 8 million, though, that's his biggest payday.
Bro, that was
He's insane.
The Wilder fanboys.
If he had Ortiz on his resume, game over, fam. Game over.
Game over. They couldn't say anything then, boy.
Game over. Oh my days.
I mean, there's a lot of politics going on, honestly, and I think not to come for Al Heyman, but he's keeping his fighters from fighting all the dangerous fights because I think he wants them to last for like the next.
It's a business move, isn't it?
He wants them to last for like the next 3 to 4 years of still having major fights. Like from a business move, yeah, well, smart, blah blah blah, but we the fans, we don't give a fuck about that. We want to see them now. Like we want to see Crawford Spence. We want to see. If we wanted to see Ortiz versus AJ, we wanted to see Ortiz versus AJ. Not for you to flipping wait for the Wilder versus Ortiz rematch. That's having Wilder's best interests at heart, not Ortiz's. Ortiz could have gone to make 8 million and change his family, but you're concerned about having a big pay-per-view fight for the Ortiz versus Wilder rematch. Like that, the fans. Who's even clamoring for that? No one's like, oh yeah, we want to see Ortiz versus Wilder. No one's saying that.
You think Ortiz getting 8 million?
Hell no.
Exactly. So.
It's like Spence from Sky Sports. You know Spence, right?
Oh yeah.
Errol Spence. No. Spencer Firo. Yeah. My guy.
They was hate that guy, you know.
He was saying that. What he said, yeah, because I was watching earlier today. He was saying that with networks now, they got their own champion and they try and defend their. Defend,
that's annoying, you know.
Like keep them as champions.
Yeah.
That's a problem with the amount of belts you have as well. I feel that's
So
what's
you got ESPN, Showtime, DAZN, Top Rank, bro. Bro, it's like networks start promotion companies now.
And you gotta think, yeah. And this is something that we do have to point out for business, like why they're like this, yeah. So Joshua has 4 belts, yeah, IBO whatever, we don't count that. 3 belts. He has 3 of the 4 major belts. Wilder just has 1. So if Wilder fights Joshua right now, yeah, and Joshua takes that belt off him, what happens with Showtime? They have no belts. They have to. All of their fighters have to go see Joshua, have to go see Matchroom.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with Matchroom. They don't really want to give the belt up. Like, so if they just hand over the belt, they're gonna. If they keep the belt, now they can do all these in-house fights with Ortiz and with all these in-house fighters and keep the money with them. But if he loses the belt, that's it. All the money's gone. Not to mention the fact that the fans ain't gonna like him after that. Like, you know what I mean? So his stock will drop, as well as the fact that cool, like now I have to come do business with you. I have to. You have all the belts. I have to come do business with you.
Yeah.
So that is another important point. But we don't give a fuck about that, man. Like let's just see the fight. True. It's nonsense. It's killing boxing right now.